And hello to all my Gemini friends. I would like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for May 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you a Celtic cross spread. That's right, the Celtic cross comes back to Gemini. When I first started doing these YouTube videos in June, I remember the first few months all for Gemini were all Celtic cross for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 months in a row. It was a lot of Celtic crosses. And it's been a while since, so the Celtic cross, here we go, has come back to the Gemini sign. So it's a good spread for a general reading because it looks a little bit in the past, a little bit in the future, focuses on the environment. They dedicate a card to that. So it's really good for general readings because of the time frame that it kind of wraps around, which in this case is May. They've asked that I conclude your reading with no extra at the end. When that happens, they usually want us to focus pretty hard on the main meat and potatoes of your spread, which in this case is May. Now, we're also going to do a runestone, so interesting things lie ahead. Interesting to see what that runestone is and where it ties in to the Celtic cross itself. So we're going to waste no more time and get started right now. The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save time. Now I'm bringing you in so you can watch. Are we on? I think we're good. All right, so here we go, Gemini. These are my ritual cuts. I like to do these live and on camera, just like you're here with me. It's the same procedure for personal private readings. Cut the decks into 3 different pieces and then put them back together in a separate order. Satisfies that ritual aspect of tarot. And then they're ready to go. So here we go with the Celtic cross. This is you and all that you are. This is what crosses you. This is what's behind you, the recent past. This is what's in front of you, the near future. This is what's above you, something you're aware of. This is what's below you, something that you're not. This is your main cross. Before I do running up the sides, I'm just checking the video here, seeing where I cut off. Hard to see from here, so something like that. Well, I'll move this around so you can see better. Celtic cross goes a little tall, and my wide view angle camera here doesn't really cut it. So there's the main cross, and then we come running up the sides with 7, 8, 9. I'll bend 10 in just so you can see it. Final outcome for the month. Okay. Inverts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good distribution. That's all set there. I just need some Oracle Angel cards for a couple major themes. We got one at the very beginning. That's it there. And then 2 at the end. Okay, guys. Well, do something like that. Let's get it all in view for you, shall we? There's your main cross going up to the top there with the Page of Pentacles inverted. And when we run up the sides here, we got 7, 8, 9. There's the Oracle Angel card. And 10, which I've bent in here, the Moon card, with all that glitters. So let's get to work. Gemini, let's go. All right. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? The very beginning, we start with talking Gemini. You know, Gemini, at this beginning, the way May kind of kicks off, it may feel like things are a little hung up here. It may feel like there's not a lot of mobility going on. A lot of, you may feel kind of stuck, whether it's, in work, in a relationship, in just life in general, the ho-hum of whatever is going on here. Something is not moving around here at all. They show a person being hung, being suspended from their feet, hanging upside down there. So that kind of sets the vibe, sets the intent of kind of like where we begin. Now what crosses you is the Hierophant card. It's coming in inverted, so what crosses you is, there's some toxic stuff that needs to be worked out here. And where that fits into your life, I mean, we'll probably get more clues as we go on with the reading, but that is a main big deal. A lot of you are trying to do things the right way here, or trying to purge. Perhaps there's purging energy going on with this toxicity. There's something you're trying to get out that just doesn't do you any good. It's very much full moon energy. And they bring up TikTok, so timing is huge. Timing is very important, and, this reading is for May, so the timing is May. It's time to do this now. It's time to not wait. It's time to get this straight, whether this is health related, or wherever this fits. Maybe this is something you just need to do that you've been just waiting for too long, procrastinating on. I don't know. That's kind of how general readings go. They started off with 2 major arcana cards. It presents itself to show me how important this is and how huge of a deal it is, but it doesn't do much for the details. So context is huge. You're going to have to kind of fill in the gaps for me here. With TikTok there, the timing is, not something you should sleep on. This is something you need to address and take care of. They're saying like, you have the timing to this, or maybe you're just waiting to hear that this is the time to do it. And if that's the case, here's your message. It is now the time to get rid of this toxicity. We need to do things the right way so you can take care of yourself and your people here. Now, the recent past position, you know what? Before I get into that, I'm going to do your moon cycles right now, because that is kind of the most full moon energy I've ever heard. I'd be doing it a disservice if I didn't do your moon cycles right now. So here's your moon cycle forecast. That full moon energy I just talked about there, doing things the right way, purging out stuff that's toxic. That is full moon energy we have on May 16th. That's when the full moon comes in May. And that's the best time to do that, guys. Anytime toward the middle of the month. It does not have to be on the 16th. Anytime around there is really good for getting anything out. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a bad habit. It could be emotional baggage. It could be actually people. It could be like a person that is just dirty in your life, dirtying it up, mucking it up. Okay, so whatever this is, even if you got to clean out a garage or finish a project, that's all moon energy stuff, like full moon energy stuff is what I mean. Now that is much better placed there. Now the new moon happens on May 30th. That's the best time to bring anything brand new into your life. An example of that is probably coming later. I haven't done that yet, but I just couldn't pass on that full moon because that's exactly what they're talking about for my Geminis. So your full moon is going to be massively huge. Now, if you are trying to bring anything new into your life, doesn't even matter what it is. I'm not going to attach it to anything. I'll just give you the general, new diet, new exercise, new love, new work, new job, new money, all that stuff that is brand new that's not in your life right now, that is much better placed at the end of the month around May 30th. Also the beginning of the month, because we have new moon energy coming in from April still. So that's presented in a way that you can better understand it if you'd like to check out my moon cycle cheat sheet I put together. That is absolutely free. It's on my website, scottsagent.com. It's actually parked on the videos page. You go to the bottom of the videos page and you can see that right there. It's a little graphic to show you the best timing to do these things, when to bring things in, when to push them out, and just working with the energies that are already there. And that's there for May as well as June. So check that out. Let's move into the past position. So this is recent past. They show actually a really good social balance here. So you may have seen some friends recently. You may have hung out with some family or gone and done something fun, going out, have some drinks, go watch a movie. This is all the kind of stuff that's just very good camaraderie type energy, good social health, checking in very good. Recent past. So that's probably more than likely April, could have been from before, but for whatever reason it's pertinent for your May. Okay, so it's coming into your May, or it's affecting May. As we move into your forward position, the near future, what's coming, they want to bring up an inaction here, or a step that you do not take with love or your love corner. Okay, so maybe you're thinking about, let me give you an example of what a love step can be. This would be like if you were talking about moving in with, the person you've been dating for a year or whatever. We're talking about moving in together in May. This would be an inaction saying like, let's not do that in May. Maybe June, maybe July, we'll see. But right now, May is not it. This is not the time. So they're calling for an inaction. So whatever that it is that you're trying to think of that is an action, or what you attach to the action part of something you've been thinking about doing soon, either for the family or for your own love situation, because love expands out. It's your family, anybody close to your heart. Close friends can come up here, even pets. Any action you've been thinking about doing, they want you to give it a second guess. Give it a second look over. Take your time with it. May is not it, long story short. So hopefully that helps some people out. Now, as we move into the above position, we're talking about something you're very well aware of here. So I'm not telling you anything new. So it's not like a riveting, part here, but they talk about a money message that's coming in later in May. So there is some money that's rolling in that you are probably expecting or waiting for or something like that. And this spread is just letting you know later in May, probably after the full moon, maybe 17th onward is when that's likely going to hit, just let you know. As we move into the bottom position, now we're talking about something you are not aware of. So this is a very interesting spot to me. They show the Three of Swords inverted, so this is getting over a certain level of heartbreak. So this is something that has, that I would argue has bothered you more than you put out, more than you show that it's bothering you. This is probably a carryover from either the past or your past or an event that happened in your past that has just really left a scar on your heart. You're carrying this thing with you, and they're letting you know that, maybe there's more that has to be unearthed. Maybe you need to do some more steps to get over this or to heal from it, something like that, because it's down in there, it's buried in there, and it is still coming with you, attached to you, maybe like cordage, into your May, okay? And Spirit's bringing it up not to rub it in your face and say, oh, look at this bad thing you got. They're saying, hey, look, you can be much better if you address, these demons, or you take a hard look at these facts and you get this blank, fill in the blank, straight, okay, in the month of May. You'll be much better off by doing so. Moving up the sides here. Number 7 here is your advice section. It's a trophy case card. So the advice is to accomplish something in May. Set a goal for yourself. It doesn't matter if it's small or big, but I would actually advise small goal, or at least maybe a medium-sized goal if you're ambitious, but don't set a goal too high that you won't reach. This is something you want to attain, okay? You want to be able to check that box, put that trophy on your shelf here in this card. That's what that shows. It's an accomplishment of some form, so you got to get something accomplished here. You got to check the box, okay? So small goal is very, very good to set in May, so go ahead and do that right now. What better time to do it right now? What do you want to get accomplished in May? Well, let's get this done, okay? Put it out to the universe. Now follow through and get it done. It's May. Let's go. Okay. So number 8, moving up to external influence here, they show this is the area around you. This is the interesting part of the Celtic cross always. They show leaving something behind and not looking back. Okay. That could be an attachment to what we gave the bottom position about. This could be habitual, like we talked about the toxicity in the beginning that you guys are trying to purge in some form. And of course, being a general reading, the severity and the frequency of these things that I'm talking about are going to hit different people different ways. All the stuff I've talked about could be, minor deals for some people. And for other people, other Geminis, this is a huge deal. This is a huge thing, okay? So leaving something behind is the environment. They want you to move into an environment where you can move forward without any of this kind of the cordage, the attachment, the environment of the past, okay? We need a new setting. We need a new view. We need new scenery. A change of scenery is probably really good here for the environment. That's what they show for this situation. Now, this may be metaphoric. This may not be an actual physical move. I mean, for some people it may be, but this is really just, talking about a deeper layer of things that's going on. As we move up to number 9, this is hopes and fears. It is the Sun card inverted, so this is obviously a fear. They're letting me know that you kind of feel like that you're just either in this situation a failure in general, or that something that you failed in a certain way, or that you're never going to find that pure happiness. That's what the Sun card is. The Sun card is the greatest card in the deck, but right here it's coming in inverted, guys. So it's saying it's blocked. There's like a rain cloud in the way. There's something impeding that we got to get out of there so that you can experience that full sun. Now that's your fears. Now, fears are a lot of times illusionary. We worry about a lot of things that we really shouldn't, especially things in the future, because the future is not here yet. It doesn't mean you should not worry about the future ever, but it means that you shouldn't dwell on it. You don't want to have it ruin today because you're worried about tomorrow or next year or something like that. So we got to get the Sun card turned around, guys. They do show mending, so they're letting me know that in the hopes and fear section, despite that fear, there is the hope of healing. So you haven't given up on yourself. You haven't given up either on the situation, even though maybe you should. Keep in mind that, there are certain fights that are not worth fighting and other fights that are definitely worth fighting. And fighting for yourself is one that you should always do. Now, mending is healing. And, in this card, it's showing like a little girl sewing like a kite or something like that. But the gist is kind of, I have to go back to the main energy of the card, and that is that this is just a healing kind of spot. Okay, so use May to do that, and maybe that's even why they address the bottom position, this layered heartbreak that you're still kind of getting over. They want you to get past this. Very important to do so. Now, my Geminis are going to end the month here. The final outcome card is the Moon. It is not the most pleasant card in the world, and I really kind of hate reading it, especially here, but it's going to end a little weird. The Moon energy is very foggy. It's very mysterious, and kind of, you're not seeing things very clearly, a little foggy, and just, shadowy figures. And when they bring up all that glitters for my Oracle Angel card, it's saying that not everything is how it looks. Okay, things may look really good. Things may sound really good. Hey, I cleaned up my act. Hey, I changed. Hey, I won't do this ever again. All that glitters. Okay, so don't fall for the tricks. The moon, the whole idea of the moon is that, although, especially during a full moon, there's a lot of light out there at nighttime. But even when there's a lot of light at nighttime, the moon still casts a lot of shadows because it's not the sun. It's not that sun card that we need flipped around for you guys. We have the moon. Okay, so you got to keep in mind that you're dealing with the moon. And it doesn't mean that things are going to be bad. It just means that you have to pay more attention to everything you look at because that they're showing the moon there. So it's just giving you an example as, you got to pay attention to what's going on. You can't be tricked into what's going on. Don't let your emotions play tricks on you. Don't let your mind play tricks on you. All these kind of things is how we wrap up the month. That was a very, very deep reading. I can see why they really wanted to focus on that thing. And this feels so specific, like it's just for one person, and that always happens to me, and it ends up being accurate for a lot of people. But keep in mind that this is a general reading, and if you're looking for messages that are personal, private, specific only to you, I do offer those on my website, scottsagent.com. Let's get into your runestone right now and see where that fits into this whole deal. You can see that we just kind of painted a picture here for my Geminis. And if this spread is not about you, or there's only certain parts that are about you, I view that as a good thing. That basically means that the advice or these other moving parts, other people just needed it more at this time. And there's nothing wrong with that. All right, so here we go. Let me show you this guy here. All right, Gemini, this is the runestone of harvest. It's time to cash in, okay? It's time to cash in on yourself, time to trust yourself, time to improve yourself. We've talked about that in many different facets. May is the time to do that. May is the time to yield that crop, whatever that you've been working on. It's time to pull that trigger, get that final thing done. We talked about that full moon energy right at the beginning. So it feels like a kind of get it out month for my Geminis. More so than bringing it in. It doesn't mean that you cannot bring anything new in, but it's definitely a purging, get it out kind of month. What that's going to be about for you, guess what? You get to write that, a lot of it. These are general themes. You fill in all the details, so that's the empowering part of that. Before I wrap up here, I want to tell you guys to join the newsletter program because right now, everybody signed up for my newsletter just got a free reading, guys. So sign up for the newsletter in case you haven't yet so you don't miss this ever again, because once in a while I always take really good care of my newsletter people, but once in a while I do big giveaways for everybody. And they're beta testing right now a brand new product I'm excited to launch, and that is my Chakra and Health Scrub audio product. You may have seen a chakra scrub or a health scrub before. I do them in a lot of my general readings whenever they call for it, and now it's offered personally in a small little mini reading, so it's all about you. There is no bubble energy of all the Geminis kind of clouding everything up. It's all private, all about you. So make sure you check that on the website, and while you're there, sign up for the newsletter because it's free, and then you won't miss any of the good stuff ever again. I only send one newsletter every single month. It's just for updates. I give you guys a promo code sometimes, save you guys some money on readings, good stuff all around. So that's going to wrap us up here, guys. I hope you have a wonderful May and get through all this stuff in strength, because you certainly can and you deserve to. So have a great May. See you soon.